This can be extremely helpful, and it also works on bosses, or at least the ones I've reached personally. So you can imagine it's kind of like in Castlevania. If you use a time stopper on certain bosses, it doesn't work on all of them, but the first boss, the bat in the first Castlevania on NES, it works on that one. So I just want to kill this guy. Yeah. It's just, you know, life insurance kind of a thing to kill as many of them as possible, because you can just run through and get all the treasures. If they're all dead, you don't have to worry about them at all. Yeah, so I like this game very much. I like the random nature of it. I like the arcadey nature. I like the graphics. They're simple, but they're effective and fun. I like the how the enemies look. They have this little frowny emoticon thing going on when they're dead. It's fun. Oh yeah, and you see what I was talking about a second ago. I hit two of them in a row. This guy and this guy with the axe. And so there's different weapons and different methods of attack, but it's also partially it's luck. You know, with whatever spawns on a given level, but it's also so strategy. You know, if you get something, when do you use it? And this here looks like a fire spell on first glance. I always mistake it for a fire spell, but it's just a light spell basically, and it gives you a little, you know, the light isn't as bright as the torch, but it gives you a larger area, as you can see. So this is a strategic lighting item, which is also not something you see a lot in games, I think. I mean, in survival horror games where you can't fight, there's different things. In Penumbra, for instance, oh, this guy. Yeah, this is the boss that I really wanted to show you, because this is the first point in the game. I would say that there's, you know, some considerable difficulty in dealing with the guy, because he has these attacks, and it's a little like Bomberman. You can always ascertain at first glance where they're gonna get, and yeah, I got lucky. I didn't even want to spend any time collecting the treasure that time. Yeah. So I got past that guy, but it's really, I mean, I'm used to this guy right now, but the first time I died, you know, almost instant. Fuck! You see, you can't. It's so dark. I honestly didn't even see that guy. Yeah, and that pumpkin I picked up right now that I threw, that gives you an attack similar to the boss. You know, you throw a pumpkin and it sort of like does like a Bomberman style fire wall in that goes multiple ways at a time, and multiple directions. So it's again another method of attack that is mostly another helmet. That's nice. Useful when there's like multiple enemies threatening you. Oh my god. I really have to be careful in this game. It's really very simple and straightforward gameplay elements condensed into one. I like that sound. You know, the roguelike thing and the Pac-Man style thing, that there's not a way that two entities in this game can exist in the same, you know, corridor. You know, there's only room for one, so either you prevail or the monster kills you and keeps walking, whatever. So I like the simplicity of that, and I like the randomly generated levels, you know, and it works fine. The layout is fine. Yeah, so basically I showed you this boss, so I'm just gonna keep playing for a bit and see if I can get to another boss. This is basically a good introduction, I think, to what this game offers so far. Yeah, and it's also, like I said, I haven't gotten very far in this game. I'm not sure how many different enemies there are, and I am guessing there's gonna be more, and maybe they have more different ways of attack. But you know, as of now, there's the bosses and there's regular enemies, and the regular enemies that you see here, all of them, only differ in their appearance. As far as I know, you know, one of them looks a little like the boss that I fought earlier, but the method of attack is not different. It's just a sprite basically that's different. So I am curious if there's gonna be, you know, enemies that actually attack in different ways as the game progresses. Yeah. So you see, there's a new enemy. It's like a cheetah man or something. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, he doesn't act any different than any other enemy. So now it's getting seriously dark. In comparison, at least. I know what this does. Alright, it shows you the key. The crystal ball item shows you where the key is, basically, to the exit. So I'm almost like tempted to throw the weapon just to make sure that, because I really have trouble making out anything. Oh, this is nice. This is good. Yeah. And also, you may have noticed that these later enemies drop gems and stuff, and whereas the earlier enemies mostly drop coins. So yeah, this is level 19, so next level is gonna be another boss. I really hope I don't die right now. This would like piss me off. Oh, it's right there in the upper left corner. So I have to be really careful. You know, the darker it gets, the more you're like, you don't wanna, you know, go progress and go up, but you have to, because I really have trouble seeing anything right now where enemies are. And this guy looks different, but yeah, more light. This is what I need. The game gets so much easier at this point if you have more light. It really does. Oh yeah, and just notice this fireball thing. It goes in two directions. I think it only hits one enemy, but it goes in two directions. Oh right, I did this stage. Yeah, and this is a little maze-like, I guess. It's a little like the second boss. These things, they stay in the rows, and you see there's another dragon in the middle right there, and he's spitting these I'm just gonna call them ice bolts or whatever, like Skyrim or something, but they stay in the lanes. So if you apply a bit of timing and don't, you know, rush it or whatever, you'll be fine, I would say. Oh my god, I almost got stuck. That's fucked up. That didn't feel nice getting stuck in that part. And I'm more apprehensive about going forward here, because I know that they're coming from the left. Whereas when I started, they were just coming from, you know, I was going with them, and now I have to, if I have to proceed, I have to go against them. So I'd rather just, oh my god. No, fuck it. I'm gonna round the corner with them to prevent, you know, fucking up. I don't want to run straight into these things and die and lose the progress. I just want to. Oh my god! Now I fucked up. I didn't go all the. Oh my god! It looks like I could barely make it, but with the nature of this game, like dying in one hit, I don't want to risk it. I really don't. Yeah, so now I'm in the right lane. Well, okay, and I'm out. 21, and now it's all the spaces where the items are. You can see stuff, and you can see that pumpkin head thing, but everything else is pitch black. So I really have a feeling that I might. Yeah, fuck. I just got hit, and my god, I thought it was it. Oh, there's a Cyclops now, and I'm dead because I didn't press the button in time. Oh, okay. So this is a new high score. So the score and the level you get to isn't really correlated that much. If you don't collect any gold, you won't get a very high score. You know, you could get to level, I don't know, 50 or 60 or whatever, theoretically, without getting the gold, and then you won't have a high score. You know, in this mode, all that matters is the gold, basically, for the high score. So yeah, it's this input, whatever, put on the replay, whatever. Save it. So let's just have a quick look at the other modes in the game. Also, one thing that's interesting, if I want to bring up the menu on the controller, I don't press start, I press select. So and these are the controls. It's very simplistic, basically. You know, it's just the buttons that all use the different items, and you have the movement, and that's basically all it is. And like I said, I like the simplicity of that. Yeah, so the other modes, there's the action mode, which we just played, and there's the adventure mode. And they actually give you quests, this mode. You get quests from the king, but you also progress through the levels. So you get a quest to kill a certain number of a particular enemy type or something. And then you go farther. There's the rescue mode, where you rescue an NPC, a non-combat NPC that basically looks like one of the other player characters. And you go, there are always a couple of levels in, and then when you rescue them from one of the bosses, you go back through these levels backwards, basically. So it's also a very interesting variation on the concept. Yeah, and as you can see, I haven't unlocked this one. You know, I imagine it's just gonna be way darker. You know, which really adds to the difficulty in this game, I think. Also haven't unlocked this one. Yeah, boss blend. It's a boss run thing, so you know, it's all the bosses. So if I want to show off different bosses, I guess it would be interesting. You know, let's just jump in and see what I can do. But it's also, I guess the added difficulty is right now that I can't collect as many items as I wanted to. So you know, with this guy I mentioned before, no, I didn't actually, but with this boss, I usually try and get armor and a shield before fuck! You see, I usually try to get armor and a shield before I get to him, because the attack patterns on this guy, this is not something I can get used to, you know, very easily. Yeah, so if I get killed by this thing, I'm gonna be seriously embarrassed. I'm not even kidding. Because, oh shit, you see that I was almost so dead, and right now I also feel that I won't make, oh my god, I gotta go, oh yeah, very nice. So let's just get past this thing and cheat a little bit and have a look at the next boss, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I as far as I know, it does continue even if you haven't reached these boss levels yet in the regular mode of play, basically. And I'm just learning right now, and on this boss level, if you want to get all the treasure, it's not that hard, but you can't fool yourself and think you can, you know, go against the stride and make it. I mean, you have to be extremely good at timing to make it, because they give you just enough space to, you know, follow with them, you know. But if I try and go against them, it's really not that much space. So personally, I wouldn't risk it in the regular, like, roguelike gameplay. Oh my god. This is the next boss, and we have actually... Oh shit! Oh, you see, oh my god, I'm already dead. I hadn't even seen that boss before. Yeah. Yeah, that's my name, yeah. So it does, you can see it gradually gets harder, and yeah. So I haven't played that far into it, but I'm really looking forward to progressing more and seeing more and more which is a part of roguelite games, that you just each time you play you maybe get a little bit further. I also experienced this with something like Rogue Legacy I've been getting into. I'm not sure if I will make a video on that, but I have gotten to almost the end boss, and it's always very satisfying that each time you play you do get a little bit further. So I'm you know, starting to get the concept of roguelikes in that aspect. You know, even if they're not as hard as some of the more prominent roguelikes, I guess. Yeah, so that's the game Instant Dungeon. I highly recommend it. I am having a lot of fun with it. It's a very nice game you can pick up and, you know, just casually go through a couple of dungeons, do a couple of the quests. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I recommend this game very much. It's relatively cheap on Steam, and everyone who's into, you know, platformers or you know, arcade games, RPGs, I would recommend this too, definitely. Yeah, so all that remains now basically is to say thanks to everyone who watched this. I see you next time, and have a nice day, everyone.